Hi, this is Aminata, and yeah, today's Easter, and it is Ramadan, which are very reflective periods for our Christian and Muslim um, brothers and sisters, siblings. And so, what came to me um, this morning that I felt I needed to share, I've had some interesting experiences recently with myself, but also with others, as far as dealing with anger, and have found that dealing with anger, um, I've run into quite a few people who are looking for ways to justify their anger. You know, they did this to me, and therefore I have the right to be angry. And whether that's about big world issues or personal issues, this entitlement to be angry, you know, and we look for things to be justified to feel angry. And I did it myself. As some people I was very angry with. And then when you get to the point where you understand the anger, when you get to the point where when you start seeing people for who they are, and that the fact that they hurt you is because of their limitation, they really can't help it. And then you just get sad. And so, and some people don't get to the sadness. Some people just stay stuck in the anger and justified anger. But for me, the anger, you know, a lot of times once you get like, oh, well, when you see people for who they are, it's like, well, this is the best they could do. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt what they did. And so again, but you're no longer angry at them because they're just limited. And so it goes from the anger and then into the sadness. And then, and this is the dangerous part, at least for me, from the sadness, it goes into indifference. And you're just like, well, whatever. And you just don't care anymore. And as the, you know, because with anger, you're still engaged. With sadness, you're still engaged, more with yourself perhaps, but you're still engaged. But when you stop caring, when you're like, whatever, and they could flow away, and it's okay if you never see them again, and you start separating. That's the tricky part. At least for me, it is. And so, wondering then, how do I stay engaged? How do I stay engaged and still see people as valid human beings? Because I am so, I don't know if the word is good, but I know I can go there. And I know it's tricky when I get into the indifference phase. And it's tricky because it plays with my humanity, that I can let go. And you stop existing for me. And again, I don't have to embrace, or in particular, if it's people that hurt you, it's not like you have to hold on to them. But when you stop caring, it also does something to you. So I don't know how that can be helpful to somebody in some way. How do you stay engaged? And don't give up quite yet, because as you're giving up on them, you're also giving up on yourself. And again, it's tricky. And I'm not saying, kumbaya and all of that, because if people hurt you, they hurt you, whether they mean to or not, whether they limited or not. And it's okay to create some distance. But again, that's different from, because I've done that. I've been to the point where if that person would be hit by a car, I would just step over them and keep walking. I know I have that in me. And that's not something to be proud of. So how do I stay in touch with my humanity? So, and not to be depressed or anything, but again, as this is Easter, as this is Ramadan, which is all about reflecting and perhaps about being reborn, and whether it's about Jesus or whether it's about us personally, how can I become a better human being? How can I be reborn? How can I strip and let go of some of these things that hold me back from being the best thing or to being the best person that I can be? Maybe it's about that. So I wish you a good day and hang in there and stay engaged.